We are people, not just block numbers on a map.
First at 6, people voicing their concerns at Starbase's second city meeting. Many who live near the SpaceX facility say they're frustrated. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Dina Herrera Garza. The concerns mainly over a new zoning ordinance that labels areas for certain purposes. Channel 5's Lily Celeste is live at Starbase. Lily, what are they worried about?
Well, Dina, the first concern was the possibility of their property being taken away entirely, but the city attorney assured that that was not part of the plan here. Still, some people, especially those who live in the old Boca Chica village, are worried about what's being planned around their properties.
Consider the people who still own some land on this newly created city of Starbase as you make decisions for continued development.
Pleas just like this one went on for hours at Starbase's second city meeting.
How long have you lived in this area? Okay, and I feel like a Native American, where our rights are being taken away from us.
Most in attendance brought frustrations and questions about the city's new zoning ordinance.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
It labels areas in the city by 3 categories: heavy industrial for the area near SpaceX's launch site, mixed use for city buildings, banks, and businesses, and open space for parks and green spaces. A concern for many was their land being taken away from them. City Attorney Andy Messer said eminent domain was not part of the plan.
That's not what zoning is. That's not what we're doing today.
But many still felt unsure about what the new zoning means for them. Do you feel, after public comment, that you're leaving with questions answered?
No, more questions.
For some, like Rose Applegate, the concern is not what will happen to their property, but what's going to happen around it.
We notice now the tiny home community building being built. Right on the property line there, behind that, we have those tanks that are being built there. What are those tanks? We don't know.
Applegate says she welcomes growth around her family home, but doesn't feel the city is being transparent about what they're doing.
Change, like I said, is inevitable, but we just want to make sure that the environment is protected, okay? And that the property owners that have owned property here still can have access to that. We have to protect what they worked hard to pass on down to their families.
I did ask the mayor and city administrator to answer questions about the new zoning policies and other decisions from today's meeting on camera. Dina, they both declined.
And Lily, Starbase officials also tackled setting a city budget. How will that work?
Yeah, so right now, the city administrator is saying that they won't be implementing taxes on residents until about September. So the city only has 2 main sources of income right now. One is building permits, which the administrator says they've issued 104 of since becoming a city. And the other is a tax note that SpaceX will purchase for the city. Essentially, this is going to work like a loan. It's $1.5 million that the city will pay back to the company over the course of a year. And Dina, the city will only use this money for the rest of this fiscal year, which ends in September.
The commission also approved requests for blocked access to several city roads. How will they block them and who will have access to them?
According to an ordinance on the city website, it could be in the form of electric gates that are only open to certain people. Starbase says strangers who may not have good intentions are drawn to their city because of SpaceX and are threatening residents and employees' safety, either directly or just by crowding up their narrow streets with traffic. Here's what landowner Mike Montes had to say about that.
I think that's just an excuse that they're using. People have the right to travel within the city lights, city limits. They have the right to travel down the highways.
The city does say that public safety officers and utility providers would have access to the gates, and people will be able to request access if they have business in the areas that they're trying to get in. Today, commissioners approved requests for those gates on 4 roads in the city. Live in Starbase, Lily Celeste, Channel 5 News at 6.